The rain fell hard that night, blurring the headlights on the lonely road. Daniel Turner tightened his coat around his son, Ethan, as they waited for the last bus that never seemed to come. He was a single father, still learning to balance work, parenting, and the silence that followed his wife's passing 2 years ago. Life had been heavy, but Daniel had learned to carry it, until that night, when fate crossed his path with someone whose pain ran even deeper. Just across the street, under the dim glow of a flickering streetlight, he saw her, a woman in a soaked nurse's uniform, clutching a small baby to her chest. She was crying quietly, her shoulders trembling as the rain poured over them. Daniel hesitated for a moment, unsure if he should step forward. But when the baby began to cry, something inside him told him he couldn't just walk away. He rushed over, holding his jacket out to shield them from the rain. "Hey, are you okay?" he asked, his voice gentle. The woman looked up, startled. Her eyes were red and tired, her face pale. I'm sorry," she whispered. "I didn't mean to worry anyone. There's nowhere else to go." Daniel saw the desperation in her eyes. The kind that comes when life has taken everything from you. He noticed her name tag, Clara. "Come on," he said softly. "You and your baby shouldn't be out here. My apartment's just down the street. You can dry off, rest a little. No strings attached." At first, she hesitated. But the baby's cries grew louder, and exhaustion finally broke her resistance. She followed him quietly through the rain. Inside the small apartment, Daniel handed her a towel and a warm blanket. The baby, no more than 6 months old, was shivering, and Clara's hands trembled as she tried to warm him up. Daniel quickly boiled water, making some warm milk for the baby and tea for her. When she finally began to calm down, Daniel asked softly, "Do you want to talk about what happened?" Clara stared into her cup, her lips quivering. "I had a home," she said in a low voice. "A husband. A family. But everything changed 6 months ago when he died in a car accident. I tried to keep everything together, for my son, but I fell behind on rent. I lost my job when I missed too many shifts, and tonight, my landlord locked me out. I've been walking for hours." Daniel's chest tightened. He knew the hollow ache of loss. He'd lost his wife to cancer, and there were nights when he, too, had felt like the world had no place for him. "You don't have to face this alone anymore," Daniel said quietly. "You've done enough fighting. Let me help you, just for tonight." Clara nodded, tears falling freely now. "Thank you," she whispered. "You have no idea what this means." That night, Daniel set up the couch for her and put Ethan to bed. When he walked back into the living room, Clara had finally fallen asleep, her baby safe in her arms. For the first time in months, she looked at peace. The next morning, the rain had stopped. Sunlight streamed through the window, and Ethan's laughter filled the room. Clara woke up slowly, watching as Daniel helped his son prepare breakfast. It was such a simple moment, but it stirred something deep inside her. A feeling she thought she'd lost forever, hope. Over the next few days, Daniel helped Clara get back on her feet. He talked to a friend at the hospital who helped her find a temporary nursing position. He even found her a small, affordable apartment nearby. But as they spent time together, something unexpected began to grow between them, a quiet, unspoken bond. Daniel admired her strength. Despite everything she'd lost, she never gave up on her baby. Clara saw in Daniel a kindness and patience that few people carried anymore. He understood pain, not with pity, but with compassion. One evening, as they sat on the porch watching the sunset, Ethan played with Clara's baby on the grass. "You've done so much for us," Clara said softly. "I don't know how to thank you." Daniel smiled faintly. "You already have. You reminded me that even after everything, life still finds ways to be beautiful again." Clara's eyes glistened. "Maybe we both needed saving," she said. Over time, their lives intertwined naturally. Clara's laughter began to fill Daniel's home. Ethan adored her like a mother, and Clara's baby grew up with 2 protectors instead of 1. Together, they built something neither of them had expected, a new family, born not out of romance first, but out of compassion and shared pain. Months later, Daniel found himself standing in the same spot where he'd first seen Clara, under that same streetlight. This time, there was no rain, no crying, no loneliness. Clara walked up behind him, her baby in her arms, smiling. "Funny how one rainy night can change everything," she said. Daniel nodded, taking her hand. "Sometimes the darkest nights lead us exactly where we're meant to be." And as they stood there, side by side, watching the city lights flicker in the distance, it was clear that hope had finally come home.